Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel Held Dominance. Anthony here. Please remember to like and subscribe, and also click that notification bell if you're enjoying what you're seeing and if you want to see more. Coming up in this episode, Warrington let 2 go out on loan, but 1 comes in on loan. And International Rugby League is back in the Southern Hemisphere as we see 3 men's games and 1 women's game take centre stage. So we start today with the international triple header that was shown and played in the Southern Hemisphere, as we see 3 games, first of all being part of an international double header for New Zealand and Tonga. We'll go into a little bit more depth for the men's game rather than the women, but here are the bits and pieces that you need to know. An electric atmosphere was guaranteed in Auckland on Saturday when Rugby League made its emotional return to Mount Smart Stadium. The New Zealand Warriors' last home game before COVID-19 pandemic was on August the 30th, 2019, while the last test match that was played at the ground was 5 weeks before, on June the 22nd, when New Zealand beat Tonga 34 points to 14. On that occasion, it was Sean Johnson stealing the show with a hat-trick, but the veteran playmaker made way for Melbourne's Jerome Hughes, who debuted off the bench in that test, and has gone to establish himself as one of the game's premier number 7s. Later that year, the Tongan Invitational side produced one of the greatest upsets in the history of the international game when they stunned Australia 16 points to 12 at Eden Park, with Jason Taumalolo and Addin Fonua-Blake turning phenomenal performances. With those 2 again leading Tonga, they are going to provide stiff resistance for the Kiwis in a physical encounter that will whet the appetite for the World Cup later in the year in the UK. Got to tell you as well that the Mount Smart Stadium's full house signs and sold out signs were all up in force for these 2 games. As first of all, the men, we can bring you the results and the scores off right now. But first of all, the teams. Parramatta duo Dylan Brown and Marata Nuikore will make their Kiwis debuts after being named at 5'8" and centre respectively, with the Sharks wingers Ronaldo Mulitalo also set for an international debut following his inclusion. Brown will partner Jerome Hughes in the halves, with the Roosters centre Joseph Manu featuring at fullback. Peta Hiku and Jordan Rapana are the other backs, while up front Isaiah Papali'i starts on the edge alongside Kenny Bromwich, with informed Raiders forward Jerome Tarpenny named at lock. Brandon Smith has been named at hooker, with Kieran Foran named on the bench to provide cover in the spine. Panthers forward Moses Leota is the 4th debutant named by coach Michael Maguire, as it joins Foran, Nelson Asafo-Solomona and Britton Nakore on the bench. Broncos' Jordan Ricky is the 18th man. Now, for Tonga. Having been overlooked by New South Wales for Origin 2, Katoni Staggs will wear the number 6 jersey for Tonga alongside Dragons young gun Talatau Amone in the halves. Manly winger Christian Upalutu will make his debut on the wing, taking over from Daniel Tupou, who is with the Blues in Origin. The backline also features Parramatta's Will Penasini, Manly Fryer Tola Toa Kola, and Destructive Dragon Moses Suli. In his 14th international for his country, Jason Taumalolo will co-captain the team alongside respective Roosters Siasua Takiaho, who plays his 12th test for Tonga. They are joining in the powerhouse pack by Addin Fonua-Blake, Sitili Tupanua, and Keone Kolamatangi, while Humoli Olakawatu, Tavita Tatola, and Moaki Futawaka bring impact from the bench. Apologies if I butchered those names. Tonga are coached by caretaker coach Dean Young for this match, with Christian Wolf unavailable because of his English Super League duties with St Helens. And it was New Zealand that came out victors in the game, as they won by 4-1 in this 26-6 victory. Jordan Rapana was excellent with a boot, as he converted all 4 tries, and also a penalty, which gave the advantage to New Zealand, who led 20-6 at half-time. Christian Tuipulotu was sin-binned on the 28th minute, but it was tries in the first half, which 20 points in the first half that finished the game off. Jerome Mew scored on the 3rd minute, followed by Jordan Rapana in the 7th, and Ronaldo Mulitalo on the 30th minute. Sione Katoa gave Tonga a little bit of hope after scoring on the 14th minute, and Katoni Staggs hit the conversion on the 15th. Jordan Rapana's penalty came at the 24th minute, but it was all said and done, a New Zealand Warriors victory. In the women's game, it was a one-way traffic, I'm afraid, as New Zealand Ferns beat Tonga 50-12. Doubles to winger Madison Bartlett and Caitlin Vayakola, were the spearhead for the Kiwi Ferns of the win over the Mate Ma'a Tonga at Mount Smart Stadium. With the International Rugby League, the opening game, International Rugby League returning to Mount Smart Stadium for the first time in 3 years, it was the Kiwi Ferns who opened the doors to International Rugby League back in New Zealand and produced 11 tries in an impressive attacking display. It took the Ferns just 5 minutes to open the scoring when centre Paige McGregor celebrated her Test debut with a try to make it 4-0. 3 minutes later, it was doubled after a great offload by Aneta Nuuasala and some slick hands from Ngota Kotooru Arakau, and Paige McGregor put Madison Bartlett over in the corner. I apologise if I'm getting 29% of these names incorrect. Come the 10th minute, and the Kiwi Ferns will have the 3rd try. Caitlin Vahalkola, after debutant Leishon Jones, bust a couple of tackles and lobbed the ball over to Annette Murdoch, who kept the movement going for the right winger to score. A great head-on tackle by Opoata on Charlotte Scanlon denied New Zealand a 4th try, but the ball was shifted to the right when Racine McGregor produced sharp footwork to score and put the Kiwi Ferns out to 18-0. Tonga 5'8" China Polata was a constant threat in the opening term and came close in the 30th minute, but despite defence bundling her over the sideline just short of the line, Kiwi Ferns took the ball straight up the other end, and Racine McGregor turned provider after a deft chip over the top for debutant Amy Turner to score in first try. Vaha Kola made it a double on the 35th minute from a clever scrum-based play which featured Nita Mylan, Racine McGregor again, and Autumn Rain's Stephen Daly. Debutant Roxy Murdoch added her name to the try-scoring list in the shadow of half-time as the Kiwi Ferns moved the score to 30-0. Kaharina Wera Kohu started the second half in style with her first Test try on the 43rd minute, courtesy of an inside pass from Maynard, before Bartlett brought up her double to make it 40-0. In the 58th minute, Jones grabbed the Ferns' 10th try with some smart moves close to the line, which would have done her uncle Stacey Jones proud in the actions. Tonga continued to take the fight to their much fancied rivals, and they were rewarded on the 65th minute when Polata capped off a brilliant game with her team's first try. Hayley Heathro's conversion made it 44 points to 6. Polata racked up 69 metres in 11 runs and broke 3 tackles in a wholehearted display for a courageous Tongan outfit. A dart from Dubby halves from Maynard put an exclamation point on the Ferns' victory as the half-century was raised on a memorable afternoon for coach Ricky Henry and his team. With a minute to go, it was Heathrow catching a bomb who went on to race away and send the Tonga fans into raptures as the final score read 50 points to 12. Amongst the host of stars for the Kiwis Ferns, Newcastle fullback Stevens Daly was dynamic with 157 metres ran, 2 line breaks and 5 tackle breaks, while Georgia Hale ran 181 metres in total. So before we go into the second game in the international rounds, we have some movements in squad players this season, as we see 2 players leave Warrington, but Warrington also welcoming one in. First of all, it was Josh Charnley who was out the door, as he made his expected move to Lee a little bit earlier than we thought, as he joined Lee Centurions on loan to the end of the season with a view of signing permanently on a 2-year deal from 2023 onwards. After being part of the furniture at the Halliwell Jones Stadium for almost 5 seasons, Charnley has found himself on the periphery of new head coaches Daryl Bowles' thinking in 2022. And now he has revealed just why he's taken the chance to move to Lee, where big things are happening as the Centurions sit at the top of the championship table. And saying he is hoping to become part of the team and contribute towards helping them towards Super League, as he has been watching them for the past few weeks and the team seems like they're in a good place. The flying winger said, "I'll be looking to help out in any way possible. If it means helping to mentor the younger boys in the squad, then yes, I can't wait. Lammy seems to have the lads playing some good rugby and I'm excited to be added to the team. I've been extremely lucky to play alongside some of the best, and they've helped me a lot in my career as a younger player. And I still have players that I look up to and won't forget some of the lessons and advice they taught me and gave to me. It will be an honour if I could impact someone's career in the same way." Warrington then moved for Jake Wardle to bring him in from Huddersfield on loan and allowed Toby King to be part of the move over to Huddersfield as part of the deal. After being left out of the side that beat Hull FC last night, the centre joins his hometown club until the end of the season. Speaking of Toby King, Wardle, who made a try-scoring debut at the Halliwell Jones Stadium against Combined Nations last week, has scored 22 times in 62 games for Huddersfield, and he's in line to jump into the Warrington side that faces Salford Red Devils next Sunday. He's still only 23-year-old. It is also understood that the 2 players can play against their parent clubs in the 2 meetings that remain against the sides in this season, both at the John Smith Stadium, both in July and in August respectively. The Toby King and Jake Wardle swap deal was one that came up pretty quickly, head coach Daryl Powell said. "We are looking to build a really exciting outside back division with youth and pace as a central point. Jake fits the bill perfectly, alongside the quality outside backs coming through the club already." The move throws into question the long-term future of King, who is contracted to the club until November 2025, having signed an improved contract to fend off interest from Super League rivals last season. Coming through the club's academy and scoring 52 tries in 138 appearances, King is a much sought-after centre who last scored a try for Warrington was one against Huddersfield Giants back in April. We'll have to see how this story progresses, but at this moment in time, Darryl Powell has shipped the Yorkshireman off to get some game time and institute a new focus for his squad for the rest of 2022. Emotions will run high for the players in our second game for the Men's Rugby League as Samoa face Cook Islands in the first clash since a Pacific Cup qualifier in Cairns back in 2009. On a night, it was the unfancied Cook Island side under the coaching of David Farley, who sprung a 22 points to 20 upset to qualify for the main draw in Port Moresby, where they had a win over Fiji before losing to PNG in the final. Samoa went on to participate in the 2013 and 2017 World Cups, reaching the quarter-finals on both occasions, while their most recent Test match appearance in 2019 resulted in a loss to Fiji in Auckland. With honour of opening this year's World Cup against England at Newcastle St James's Park in front of a potential 50,000 participants, all awaiting for the Samoans in October, they are out to make a statement this weekend and build momentum towards a game showpiece. Cook Islands beat South Africa and USA in the repage matches to qualify for their third World Cup, having been part of the big show in 2000 and 2013. So it's crucial they build up some combinations and gain some confidence. And with that, here are the teams. Samoa have no late changes on game day, with coach Matt Parrish squad featuring Panthers quartet, Charlie Staines at fullback, Tyler May on the wing, and Isaac Tago in the centres, as well as Spencer Leniu on the bench. Seagulls pair Josh Schuster and Martin Tapau, and Dragons duo Francis Molo and Jaden Sewer all are featured in the pack. Anthony Milford will call the shots from half-back in his 8th Test match alongside Warrior Chanel Harris-Tavita, who plays his second. Rabbitohs flyer Jackson Paulo and Broncos forward Keenan Palacia get their first crack at international football, while Fa'amanu Brown's remarkable comeback story continues as he plays his first Test for Samoa since the 2017 World Cup. For the Cook Islands, Jeffrey Daniela has come in on the wings on game day, with Malachi Morgan ruled out. Tinarura Rona has shifted to hooker, and Aaron Terrore goes to the bench. Xavier Wilson has gone from lock to prop, with Moses Nuvua McGreal going from the bench to lock, with Ruben Potter being added to the bench. That's Ruben Porter, I apologise. Under the guidance of Tony Iro, the squad features 3 sets of brothers: Essen and Stephen Masters, Ruben and Vincent Rennie, and Kayla and Andre Iro, sons of the Kiwis and Cook Islands great Kevin Iro. Titans Essen Masters and Warrior Pride Peterson Rabati are the co-captains. Former Warrior Anthony Gelling looks to add to his 8 caps as he earned his debut back in 2009 in that game in Cairns, which includes 2 at the 2013 World Cup against USA and Wales. He slots into the centres alongside Ruben Rennie. But it was Samoa who came out with the win, with a 42 points to 12 dominant victory in a game which saw Anthony Milford command the lead and also kick 5 of his 8 conversions. in an 8-try attempt by the Samoans, it was Taylor May who got the scoring up and running on the 5th minute, and David Nufaluma scoring on the 9th minute, followed by Isaac Tago on the 12th. David Nufaluma scored his second on the 21st minute, but it was 2 tries that came from Davy Maole on the 54th minute, and Stephen Masters that got Cook Islands back into the game. Either side, David Nufaluma's hat-trick try on the 57th minute. Taylor May got his second try on the 60th minute, while David Nufaluma got on the try-scoring sheets once again on the 71st minute when his 4-try blitz. Jackson Polo completed the scoring on the 77th minute with a try to settle the game in Samoa's favour. If you like your rugby league hard, fast and tough, then all roads lead you to Campbelltown Stadium on Saturday, as there was a showdown between Papua New Guinea and the Fiji rugby league teams. After the Samoa and Cook Islands had set the scene in the earlier game, it was over to PNG and Fiji to light up the stadium with some ferocious defence and flashy attack in their first clash since November 2019. On that occasion, it was the Bate who prevailed 22 points to 12 in the thriller in Christchurch, with Vilami Kickout and Tui Kami Kamacha among the try scorers, and Maker Sivo running for 214 metres in total. Sivo made a successful return from knee reconstruction for the Eels and will be keen to add up to his tally of 2 test caps, while Kickout will make his 12th appearance for his country and look to revive the glory days of 2017 in the World Cup, when Fiji made an emotional charge all the way to the semi-finals. But here are the teams. Canberra try-scoring machine Alex Johnson wins his 3rd Test cap for the Cummels and will play fullback, with Robert Derby of the Northern Pride and Solomon Wayne, Papua New Guinea Hunters, will take the places on the wing. David Meanwood will captain his side and form a powerful centre combination with Melbourne's Justin Olam. Townsville Blackhawks star Kyle Labert and Roosters Lachlan Lamb are in the halves. The forward pack features 2 PNG Hunters reps in the hooker position, Watovo Puara and prop Sylvester Nemo, as well as Jacob Alec from the Gold Coast Titans. The Hunters junior rope is the 18th man, and the Cummels are coached by Stanley Tepend. For Fiji, Lamar Manuel Louis Leveve will start the game, with Ralulu Nasoka added to the bench after second rower Taniela Sadrugu dropped out of the side originally named on Tuesday. Roosters veteran Kevin Nagama will again captain the Bate in his 20th Test match, and he'll play 5'8" alongside Nautua Masima from the West Magpies. Panthers powerhouse Vilami Kikau has the honour of co-captaining his country for the 12th time. Wingers Maker Sivo and Mikelele Ravalawa, apologies again. Centres Semi Valime and Waka Blake, and young Panthers fullback Sanaya Turuva will make a powerful back 5. Storm prop Tui Kami Kamacha and Kikau will lead the pack, with Tane Milne in at lock, while Penioni Tagituamoa from the Mounties Club is the number 9. It was PNG that got over with the win, as kicking became important in the game, as it could have been a lot closer. The try scoring began with Fiji scoring on the 12th minutes, with captain Kevin Nagama going over for the opening try. Lachlan Lamb equalised, and Mackenzie Yee went over on the 38th minute. It was the second half where we're seeing the scoring extended when Sunaya Turava went over for Fiji for one of his 2 tries. It was an emotional day as David Mead went over on the 66th minute to extend the lead again for Papua New Guinea in what he said is going to be his final test for Papua New Guinea. Lachlan Lamb went over for the final try of Papua New Guinea, but Turuva went over for his second try of the game. Why do you think I said kicking was important? Well, Carl Leibut kicked 4 goals for Papua New Guinea, while Nuatua Masima kicked 1 of his 3 attempts. So that's why the score ended 24 points to 14 rather than 24 points to 18. And that's it for another episode, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like, subscribe and share this video worldwide, as well as clicking on that notification bell for any updates on new videos that may be coming your way. Tell me what your thoughts are of today's episode and of the Rugby League stories as a general. We had some good international games, and it's good to see international rugby league being played in the Southern Hemisphere. So much so that the crowds were coming in with these nations absolutely enjoying the game. If Australia wanted to be part of it, then Rugby League Internationals will be a staple every single year. But there's too bother with state of origin. I do hope that they get smashed in the Rugby League World Cup. Really do. It's not going to be likely, but Australia getting smashed in the Rugby League World Cup by, say, Tonga, England, New Zealand, France, will mean that their international and state of origin sides are not as good as what everyone thinks. It is still the premier competition, and they will be the team to beat. But we need something to instigate that change at international level. And beating the Australians seems to be the only thing that will focus them. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Tell me what your thoughts are in the comments below. Share this video worldwide. But in the meantime, please stay safe. I wish you all the best, and I'll see you in the next episode.